Just for a minute.
Another ailment.
No,
That's
you
the
just
case.
did it.
Say it again.
So we'll be dealing with another problem if you didn't know that else.
Wonder what that would be.
He doesn't want to find out. I don't have time.
Oh, so it's joined by,
Is that Cedric?
yeah.
It says Juan is too, and Juan's sitting right there.
Why?
Why is that?
No, that is contacts that have previously been invited via this account. Give me just a second. I'm gonna email this meeting out. You all are streaming live on YouTube, by the way, so
Let me, put Judge Stringer back on.
we can. I'm gonna do that from my computer. Okay. No. Spring.
She back in
I was receiving it. Myself a co-host. Who could we possibly be waiting on that I should email this new link to?
Ara,
Mara
Okay.
Karama,
and Sar, but that's all that have.
Sar,
And
and
Cheney.
Cheney,
And Henry, you say Henry?
and Henry.
Yep. I am her as well.
All right. Straighten up. Back.
Hello? Are you joining us virtually? We're here. What do you mean you can't find us? We're in-
I don't think she's ever been here. Maybe even moved in the basement. Last time she was upstairs.
You're right.
Nurse in there?
Not down
She's up
here.
there, she's up there.
Not down here.
Yeah, she's only been in the nursing. Yeah.
Okay, one's coming. But you couldn't get in. But there's more there.
Did you lock it back?
One more there.
I'm saying the doors are locked.
Yeah, but I don't think so.
You don't know what's the
One
one.
is gonna lock it when the meeting starts.
Oh,
Start. The meeting that started. Okay, one is down there. Please, I'm coming.
I know.
Oh, it's me. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
We're all gonna get. We're all gonna get talking.
Good morning, commissioners. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful.
One's outside looking for it.
I'll be on the third floor.
She said, like, you just call back. That's where the coat's on. One probably on that side. Thank you, she didn't know. She probably went to the third floor when we go.
Nursing is on third floor. We used to have our meetings in the conference room until the hour set up. Board of nurses on third floor and first floor. We got a conference room. Both floors. We use both of them.
Morning.
Hey, how are you?
know your door is locked.
Yeah, the doorbell right there.
Oh.
Yeah. You're right here. Let me see.
We'll see.
Keep my crafts on. Excuse me. We had two people out there. Two people are out there lost, but they're listening to you. Now I need some water. I got my car on these phones though. If anybody else, I got car. Anybody else want one? Tell you.
But I had it on
How y'all doing?
I would see.
Here.
Interactions and.
Yeah, cardio kick start.
Yeah, it's,
Oh,
it's,
it's
I
a little-
think the number is actually on the other side of the. You know, it's not on.
Yeah, we had
the board.
one on.
Hey, good morning. It's not on the door, again, the number, which is, well, it's on the, I think there's a number there. Yeah, thanks, for him, everyone.
It's in that section. So I left my purse.
What you want? Oh, yeah. I got something. You need one?
Yeah, sure.
So that one, here you go. Thanks, so.
You are live.
We're live right here.
I'm gonna tell you all funny stories that I was. They're helping you charge them. You want the Wi-Fi password. Well, that's where they are. They're coming. Let me get them. So when I don't read it, I will read it.
We're live to the whole world on the internet.
Oh, so I can't tell the funny
So
story.
it's up to you.
What happened? The world doesn't need to hear all that.
Couple people watching, so.
Yeah.
Probably.
I know some of our staff watched.
It's probably, it could be, you never know. People. Millions. Do they put their name in if they want?
Well, we're not gonna have a forum, so we cannot have a call to order for an official meeting. But we can go through the agenda in terms of section reports. And anything else we'd like to discuss, but nothing, cannot take any formal action on any item. So we'll begin with the executive director's report.
Can we acknowledge visitor that we have? Okay.
She's no visitor.
Well, she's no visitor to most of us, but she may be new to some of you. Our guest today is Miss Gracie Lewis. Miss Lewis is a longtime civil rights advocate. She's also a member, an inductee of our Kentucky Civil Rights Hall of Fame. And Miss Gracie also once worked with us through the Urban League Senior Program. And Miss Gracie, if you'd like to say a few things.
Yes, well, first of all, I'm glad to be back here. This is my first time being in this building. Since I left here, let me see, I've been, I had worked for Granny's Birth Initiative. And this program here was basically a program set up to assist young mothers. Also, they focus on maternal health. And that was quite an experience for me because I worked for a doula. And that was just basically, learning about what a doula does. And it was really interesting, a very interesting assignment. And but currently what I'm involved in, of course, is getting out the vote for Kamala Harris. I'm very excited about it. And I've been phone banking to North Carolina. And we just recently had a voter motorcade spearheaded by Councilwoman Paula McCrane. So, and today I was just basically here to address well, at least started to hopefully pick up the proclamation of Reverend Dr. Charles Kirby, who was just a phenomenal social justice advocate, a pastor, and he was very active. Also, he was the president of the local SCLC. And so, I'm just glad to be here, to be back here.
Thank you, Ms. Gracie. We appreciate it. Hopefully, maybe if we get a quorum before the end of the day. If not, we'll make arrangements
Okay.
after the next commission meeting. I wanted to take the time just to, Cedric's not here, so I can bite into his report as well. Contracts were made for both EEOC and HUD, and want to congratulate the enforcement staff for that. We met both contracts. One of the things I'm most proud of today to be able to do is to congratulate Juan Pena. He has been promoted to staff assistant. All right. Effective yesterday, and the staff assistant was the position that was previously held by Marianne Taylor before she left. Juan will be managing our education, outreach, and intake units. And he's been in an acting role since Marianne left, and he is really taken off with different ideas and different programs. So hopefully soon we'll be able to give you some of that information. I won't get into Coates. I'll let her have his personnel moment. I will let you know, again, just a reminder that we will be in Hopkinsville next week for their Unity breakfast. And then also we'll be going back to Hopkinsville in November for the Kentucky Civil Rights Hall of Fame. We had 15 nominees. Our plan is to celebrate all 15 nominees and then announce the inductees. So we're hoping we have a turnout for that. We will have our commission meeting that morning. There is a meet and greet. Is that correct, Karen? A meet and
Yes.
greet after the commission meeting?
And luncheon.
And luncheon, meet and greet and luncheon, and then we will go into the induction ceremony. And did you have any questions about my report or any of the cases? We had 26 cases that were approved this month. And 18 were employment cases, 5 were housing, and 3 were public accommodation cases. Of the 18 employment cases, 13 were no probable cause, 5 were withdrawn with settlement. Of the 5 housing cases, 3 were withdrawn with settlement. 1 was a conciliation and 1 was an administrative closure. And then we had 3 public accommodation cases that were no probable cause. Any questions?
Okay, no questions for Cynthia, Brandon, for budget and personnel.
Good morning. You have my report. I'll go ahead and draw your attention to a couple items. We have some negative costs, C-133 and C-321. You may say, how can you have negative expenditures? Well, we had to make some corrections from previous year and move costs from general funds to federal funds because we eventually got the money and I was closing out the programs. They were partnership costs from previous years. So that's why those are negative. So it's correcting the previous year's fund where the actual expenditures were. So, any other questions? I'd be more than happy to answer at this time.
Questions for Brandon? Then we'll move to mediation time.
Good morning, everyone. The only adjustment to the report that needs to be made is that the mediation scheduled on the 30th has been moved to the November 4th. The report indicates 3 cases have been successfully resolved since the last commission meeting. Those were in the areas of discrimination based on national origin, based on age, and one based on disability. As the report says, we do have a student from Louisville Brandeis joining us for the Green Bomb Public Service Program during the winter. And also had the opportunity to sit on a panel at the law school to discuss employment law, which was very interesting. And that's all for the report.
They just said quorum.
No, we don't.
That's 6. Well.
We had to have 7. And then Tony String has to be viewable in the count.
Aye. I'm sorry.
I mean, we need to turn your camera on so you can count.
Oh, okay. I'll turn it on for a minute. Okay. Yes, okay. Okay. All right. Aye.
We'll get 6.
Thought we got 6, thought we did 6. Yeah.
And 6 is quorum.
3.
Okay, so with that, let me go back. We now have confirmation of a quorum. Public notice was in fact given. Public participation, we've already had it, so we can officially call this meeting to order. The first item, action item that we need to go to is approval of the minutes from the August 22nd meeting, as well as the minutes as recorded on September 19th. There are motions to approve.
Motion to approve both sets of minutes.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? So the minutes stand approved. So we'll now go back to finish with mediation, and we'll go to enforcement. Is Cedric going to do his enforcement?
No, he's not here.
I know he's not here.
Yeah,
I thought
I'm
he
gonna
signed
do it.
in earlier.
No, that was, he said it was just a contact. I will do the enforcement report for Cedric. Again, congratulations to the enforcement staff for meeting their contracts. Right now, the enforcement staff will be concentrating on reducing case age. That's in both housing, employment, and public accommodations. Do you have any questions for, in the enforcement report? If I can't answer it, I'll make sure that I get an answer for you, but I may be able to answer it for you. Any questions on Cedric's enforcement report?
Any questions on the enforcement report? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to education and outreach. One.
Good morning, commissioners. You have my report before you. The only thing I'd like to update here is that the this in regards to the Kentucky Civil Rights Hall of Fame on November the 22nd. We have received all the tally sheets from the 8 judges, and the tally sheets have been submitted to Ms. Tony Levy. She's a certified public accountant. So we hope to hear her report anytime this week or next week. And I attended the annual NSCP conference in this town 2 weeks ago. And I've learned a lot. It's been a while. I've not kind of meeting. I was inspired, the energy they had there. And chair first gave the presentation. Good.
Any questions for one? just say that, Juan represented this organization well at the state conference, good participation, yeah. I think he got reacquainted with a lot of folks that he hadn't seen in a while, and, it really turned out to be good, and I can tell you that the presence of the organization was in fact noted. Over there.
There's, there were a lot of new people I not met before, so I think it's great to be there and have a meeting network.
Takes you back a few years, and there was sort of a uninterrupted seam of connection between this organization and the state conference. So,
Yes.
okay, any other questions for Juan? None, so we'll go to Colt.
Good morning, everyone. You have my report. If you have any questions, I'm happy to field them. We're moving cases right along, working with enforcement to lower case age and assist with investigations where we can. If there are no questions, it is my pleasure to introduce to the group Mr. Bill Knoll. Bill is our new staff attorney. He's been with us now for a little more than a month and is already, really assisting the unit and the agency as a whole. So again, Bill Knoll, everyone.
Well, so welcome, Bill, and with that, he didn't warn you in advance to try to give us a speech, so we're waiting.
I can do that. I start my speech by saying that I'm celebrating my 50th year this year of practicing law.
That's awesome.
And I've been around the block, so to speak. Spent a lot of time on my own as a sole practitioner, and also working with a relatively large law firm, becoming a partner in that firm here in Louisville. In 2002, I went to work for the Department of Insurance, Kentucky Department of Insurance, as an attorney, and was there for about 9 years, I think. And then I was fortunate enough, they asked me to become the deputy director of Kentucky's Health Benefit Exchange, Obamacare. So I worked on that for a little over a year, and helped get Connect going, working with the contractor Deloitte to get the system developed, and it was a great experience, especially since it turned out so well. One of the leaders in the country, and anyway, I retired then in 2014 from state government, and then after I retired, I came back in a consulting role with kind of doing the same job I was doing before I retired with the Health Benefit Exchange. So then there was a change in the administration, and I had to move on, and so I retired, and I was retired, and always wanted to work at Lowe's. So I got a job at Lowe's, being one of those red vesters that walks around and helps customers, and so and then but since I was back in retirement, and I thought, well, I got bored, to tell you the truth, and I was looking around for a bunch of different state jobs online, and applied for a number of them, and then I saw this job come up. All the other jobs I had to drive to Frankfurt every day, and I didn't want to do that anymore. And so I saw this posting, and I thought, well, what in the world is this all about? And so I did a little investigation on my own just to see what, and what struck me was the wording of the statute. It says that our our obligation is to eradicate discrimination. And I thought, man, God, what a job. I mean, can you ever do that? And, well, that sounds like something fun to me, and I'd like to get involved with. So we interviewed and got the job. And I've been here for almost a month, I guess, or right around a month. And I'm really excited to see what's going on. I think I've kind of learned where the bathroom is and all the initial stuff that you gotta do. And I've been working with Colt, and we're really moving forward on some cases that need attention. So appreciate again the opportunity to be here.
Well, welcome aboard. Let me say that, your work on exchange, it meant a lot to lots of Kentuckians in terms of where it is. Not to be political, but the former president at the Democratic National Convention, as a part of his speech, talked about what used to be Obamacare, now is the Affordable Care Act, and everybody is very much in support of it in terms of where it is. In fact, I was reading the other day that Vance's mother was actually got health insurance for the first time as a result of the Affordable Care Act. She did that day within this past year. So, real benefits for them, and say a lot of Kentuckians have benefited from it in spite of how it started out and the bad rap that it got, but so good. But welcome aboard. We look forward to working with you. There's a lot to do. Cole's got a lot on his plate, and he needs the help that he can do it, but we still are wedded to the mission of eradicating discrimination in the state, and we usually do it one case at a time. So that's where we are. So thank you. Anything else, Cole?
I have nothing else unless there are any questions.
Okay, there is no committee reports, and under new business, there was circulated to all of you a resolution honoring Reverend Kirby. For those who don't know him, he is a giant among civil rights advocates in this state. I had the fortune of actually went to school with his niece in Hopkinsville. His brother is a preacher in Hopkinsville. And I guess I should have known all along that they were from Cadiz and not necessarily Hopkinsville, but we had a resolution honoring him. He died, I think it was really 96 or 94, and that's 96 years old. So there's a resolution that was circulated, and what I'd like to do is have a motion to adopt the resolution that has been presented to you.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the motion carries and the resolution is in fact adopted. Any additional new business to come before the body? Okay, and just a reminder to everybody, no new business that we'll next convene as a commission in Hopkinsville on Friday, November the 22nd. Commission will be at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time there in Hopkinsville. Looking forward to seeing everybody there and making certain we have a very good time. There are no other business to come before the body. May I have a motion for adjournment?
Chair.
Yes.
And I may have missed it because I was delayed. Did we discuss the communication that from around the Senate bill?
No, we did not.
Okay, well, and maybe we were going to do that at the next meeting.
We can do it now. I had not did not have it listed on my agenda in terms of that, but we can discuss that now if you want to bring it up.
I was unclear on the action being requested of the commission.
And Commissioner Cheney, one of the reasons I didn't put it on my list of things to do was I was unsure of what they were asking us to do.
Cynthia, do we know anything beyond the communication that we received?
Let me get my computer. Here was an email, from Kentucky about a particular bill that failed, I believe, in the legislature last year. It's a pre-filed bill for 25 about, Medicare. I know very little about it, but I'm not sure what the email requested the commission to read.
There was no specific request for any action. It was just informing us. I read it as informing us of what had taken place. I think as it relates to disability discrimination, if in fact it's the will of the body to take some action in terms of encouraging, I guess, the refiling of the bill or support for the bill once it's filed, then we can in fact do that.
Here's the original letter.
Let's see here.
I think we all gathered it and read it, was circulated, but in terms of any specific action from us, I guess it says what they want us to do is to endorse this legislation in terms of where it is. And it won't come up, I guess, until maybe in the January session. I guess there's an odd year session, so I don't know whether that will actually come up. But I guess what I would ask is for Cynthia and Cole to review the bill and then come back with a recommendation for our November meeting. And maybe the best way to handle that. Okay. Any other comments regarding the bill? In terms of the plan or action, in terms of how to address it?
No, I have none at this time. I think I want to have a clearer understanding of the bill's contents.
Good. Okay, so the request to Colt and to Cynthia will accomplish that, and we'll discuss it in the November meeting. Okay. Any other business to come before the body? Hearing none, we have a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn, sir.
Been moving second that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. So thank you all for your participation and involvement.
Thank you.
Just take it for quick tissue.
Okay.
Yeah. I should go there for a minute, but yeah.